co-captains of the basketball team that went to Buff State, one of them the fourth all-time leading scorer in Kenmore East history. There are 10 seniors graduating from the baseball team. This is the first time in 17 years that they have gone on to win the NFL championship, and I congratulate you. The Kenmore East varsity hockey team had another outstanding season, finishing with a regular season record of 15-5-0. The team won 2 exciting Section 6 playoff games, beating West Seneca West and Sweet Home to advance to the 2011 Section 6 final at HSBC Arena. The team lost a 2-1 heartbreaker to Williamsville East at the arena, with both teams receiving great fan support. Coaches Kyle Prey, Mike Klug, Jim Klug, and Tom Dio, as well as trainer Ashley Manini, would like to extend their personal congratulations to the 5 graduating seniors. Several seniors received football awards this year, and 5 of you received all-league recognition. 3 students were honored with the Kenmore East Booster Club Scholarship. In an effort to promote post-secondary aspirations, the guidance department began a collegiate corridor, and you set the standard for years to come as a class, with over 30 colleges and universities represented by pennants hung outside of the guidance suite. I am so proud every time I pass by this impressive display. You were the final class together in what was known as the doghouse, and when you vacated your gathering space for the modified area in the gym, you did so as an entire student body, with class dignity and an appreciation for better things to come for your school. As a first, this is the first time that a Kenmore East group has opened for a national Mardi Gras tour, Tab Benoit, at the Trail, and it was done after winning the Buffalo Battle of the Bands. The Bluegrass Boulders received local recognition for being that band. Many of our students benefited from trips that changed their lives. The exchange trips to Spain, France, and Germany. I am reminded of Benjamin Disraeli's words that travel is the best education. Furthermore, 10 foreign language learners tonight wear the German National Honor Society cord. This year, we had the largest number of orchestra students win positions in the New York State Area All-State Orchestra category for Kenmore East. 2 seniors, besides being Area All-State participants, were also Conference All-State musicians, performing with the top musicians from across all of New York State and gathered in Rochester, New York. The women's choir won the silver medal, and the select choir won the gold medal in the Heritage Festival's music competition in San Diego, California. And if anybody remembers that trip, some of you thought it might have never happened, but you finally got there and you represented well. 3 students were selected for the Conference All-State Chorus. Mrs. Neuhaus enthusiastically states to me, "This is the most I have ever had." That was my Mrs. Neuhaus impression. Not a very good one. 7 students were recognized for Area All-State Chorus, 2 students in Erie County Jazz, and 3 students in Erie County Chorus. And of course, Select Choir was honored with New York State Level 6, Gold with distinction. This is the highest level that you can possibly achieve as a choir. Model UN once again took first place in Western New York for the 8th year in a row and the 9th time in 10 years. And 10 seniors who sit among you tonight represented our school. Your class had the highest overall physics enrollment in over 10 years. And it is clear that you continue to set the standard for high academic achievement. 25 seniors from our journalism classes are graduating tonight. Mrs. Wolf wanted me to make mention of this, and she is so appreciative of the work that you have done over the years. You strongly identify yourself with the Eastonian, and I've been very proud to read your fine publications over the years. In November, the Kenmore East Student Congress sponsored Gobbling Up Hunger, where 22,127 items of non-perishable food and frozen turkey were donated to the food bank of Western New York. And of course, at the Kenmore East Student Congress 4th Annual Midwinter Winged-In Classic, approximately 300 students braved the cold for the 4th year in a row. And this year, there was a high of 4 degrees, you may recall. However, that didn't stop us. You students represented only as proud Buffalonians could. The weather may have been cold, but the competition on the street hockey rinks and the food were quite hot. For the first year, Kenmore East held a Donate Life Club, in which students learned about organ and tissue donation and continued to present our school in very philanthropic ways. I know of at least one person sitting among you tonight who has shared with me that he will be the first person to graduate from any of his family members from high school. And I can tell you that it is with an incredible sense of pride that I will present you your diploma tonight. Whether you have passionately pursued athletics, academics, the arts, or the humanities, you as a class embody service. Superintendent Montanaro connoted in his speech that the happiest are those who serve others, and it is imperative that we judge ourselves by high ethical standards as we boldly move forward. I am reminded of Thomas Jefferson's words, "Too old to plant trees for my own gratification, I shall do it for my posterity." You as a class will leave similar impressions for future students. Your actions are the trees planted for the benefit of tomorrow's Bulldogs. And when you do leave the room, and when you leave the school, we will continue to speak very highly of you. I can assure you of that. To the class of 2011, you have spent the majority of your life together. You have studied many long, hard hours, written numerous essays, completed countless math problems, taken many, many tests, and so on. You have celebrated victories and accepted defeat. Your parents have raced to the music store because you needed a reed for tonight's concert. And I have been there, trust me, I know how that goes. You practiced with your team in the cold, in the rain, even in the snow, all for self-betterment and for the glory of being a part of a team. Your teachers, advisors, coaches, and families have expected that you exert your best effort in everything you do. And when that task was completed, they asked you for a little more. You have fought and made up with friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, cried on each other's shoulders, forgiven friends in a fight, and then you couldn't even remember what you were fighting about. You waited anxiously for summer vacation to arrive, and then you soon became bored, and you couldn't wait till school started again, and then you counted down the ways till winter break. In short, you have done all the things that have made us all human, and I am glad to have been there with you at the end of this experience. In about 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, you will go off to the college, to the military, or possibly to the workforce. And my hope is that the foundation that has been laid for you will be to your benefit. Use it well. Scholars, when you are assigned your first research paper, or 2 or 3 on the first day of classes, I know that you will think to yourself, I know this, because I've seen you do them. And you will remember the teachers who held such high expectations for you. Many of you will return to visit in future months, and please find your teachers and remind them, you helped to get me ready for what lies ahead. Please thank them for their efforts, for I have rarely worked with such dedicated and esteemed educators who hold dear the betterment of the students that they serve. You. Our district's mission is to educate, prepare, and inspire all students to achieve their highest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, you have only begun to flourish, and your education is far from complete. We have built a solid foundation for you, upon which you may now go forward as graduates and continue your lifelong pursuits. Class of 2011, I wish you the very best of luck, and I congratulate you tonight. At this point, I am pleased to present the medals of recognition for the top achieving scholars of the class of 2011. The first I will present is the valedictory medal. Alex Safi is the top-ranking student of the class of 2011 with a GPA of 99.26. Alec plans to attend SUNY Purchase next year. Alec, it is an honor to present you with the valedictory medal distinguishing you as the highest ranking scholar of your class.
Thank you, Mr. Hyatt. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for attending this important ceremony. It is an incredible honor to speak to my fellow students and the family and friends joining us today. After the class rank announcements at the beginning of the year and the realization that I had to make a speech, I knew what I had to do first. There are so many brilliant people in this class that it was impossible to tell who was going to be the valedictorian. The top averages were so close this year that a matter of hundredths of a point determined placement, and any of the top 5 could have just as easily been speaking to you now. I can personally say that these students are some of the finest people I've ever met, and I am very fortunate to call them my friends. Therefore, I would like to recognize those that deserve this honor as much as I do, and ask Sasha Nagelhout, Tim Valin, David Byra, and Nick Siegler to please stand. I would also like to remind everyone that what may seem to be an individual accomplishment is not very individual at all. As life has repeatedly shown us, success often comes with help, and I doubt I would be standing here without the help of my friends over the years who lent me their knowledge, patience, creativity, and time. No one gets through life alone. During my high school career, my best friend, Nick, our salutatorian, helped me when I struggled through math and more recently physics, so I could achieve the grades I strived for. He's helped me more than anyone else when I've fallen behind, and I feel our positions should be reversed, because it was always me leaning over his shoulder to see what he was doing, not the other way around. When we look back on our high school careers, it will be our friends, not our tests, that we'll remember. The bonds we shared, the favors exchanged, and the genuine acts of selflessness that define friendship are what will last. The greatest thing Kenmore East has given us is time to build memories together. Memories that will make us laugh 30 years from now as hard as they make us laugh now. We went to school for education, but are leaving with so much more than that. I can't believe that the time we have to enrich our high school experience has been closed off. There's nothing more to be written, only a story to be read back. This crucial period in our lives has come to an end with all the warning in the world, but it still hits me like a train. I remember being a little kid eagerly awaiting the day I was tall enough to reach the cupboard and grab a plate from my mom without using a chair. I couldn't wait to be older and do all the things that seemed so glamorous at the time, like use the toaster. High school wasn't even a concept to me. Now, in what seems to be an instant, it has become a memory. While I couldn't as a kid, once I entered high school, I began to value the opportunities and happiness I enjoyed each year, because I knew when that year passed, it passed forever, and that's a powerful thought. So today, more than any other day, we should ask ourselves, how do we contribute to the legacy of Kenmore East? Do we use our time wisely, work hard, and live in the moment? Do we lend our talents and develop our interests? Are you going to be proud to say that you are a member of the graduating class of 2011? I myself could not be prouder to be part of this class. I'm supposed to talk about what I know, and being a music man, I can give testimony to the outstanding talent that has passed through Kenmore East, not only this year, but in its long history. The musicians, actors, and artists that I've come to know, graduates and soon-to-be graduates alike, have relentlessly impressed and inspired me. I could not believe after walking through the art show this year that students were capable of creating such beauty and of being so expressive. I was moved by the passion of the Hello Dolly cast during their final curtain call, and I'll remember staring up at them from the pit, saying their last goodbyes to the stage, long before I recall what I got on the final exam. For everyone who made my time at Kenmore East the best time of my life so far, I thank you. For anyone who enriched the lives of another, I commend you. Together, we have become adults and have helped each other grow into who we are now. So I ask you to appreciate all that Kenmore East has given us, and will leave you with a thought from Harvey Mackay, a highly successful author and businessman. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back. I hope the time you spent in high school was as priceless to you as it was to me. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2011.